Hi folks, Modelling Mark here again, back after a bit of a break. I've decided that I'm going to try my hand at doing some machining videos now. My first project is the Hemingway Knurling Tool. This should be an interesting project. Here's what you get in the kit. There's all the stock metal that you need to finish the knurling tool, and there's a bag of fixings including a spring and a few nuts and bolts that you need. The kit comes with a full set of drawings. This includes a nice isometric general arrangement and of course full machining drawings for all the individual components. There's also a couple of pages of construction notes which should be quite helpful. Of course I can't show you all the drawings because these are copyrighted to Hemingway kits, but I'll show the odd bit and piece where it's helpful to explain what I'm doing. I'm going to start with the spacer block, which is a nice simple part. I've already bought it to length and it just needs a couple of 6mm holes in it. These are for an M6 bolt, but I've decided to drill a 6mm hole rather than the normal clearance hole because I want everything sort of nice and tight and close fitting. If it proves to be too tight during assembly, then I'll just drill them out a little bit to give myself a little bit of clearance. I'll dial the part in on the DRO and use the half function to get the centre line. And then I'll use the edge finder to set the 0 for the end of the part. Then of course it's a simple job of moving over the required distance to drill the 2 holes. I'll start by just making a small mark with the centre drill. Now we have a quick check with the ruler just to make sure I haven't done anything stupid. Nah, that all looks good. Now I can carry on drilling the 2 holes. And as usual we got the holes in stages. A quick squirt of cutting fluid. This is the final 6mm drill. And here's the finished part. Just needs a little bit of deburring. The next part is the side plates. These are made as a pair, but before they're paired up, I'll drill the two 6mm holes. In one side they get countersunk, in the other side they get tapped. Now as before, I've already brought this to length, and now I'm just dialing it in on the DRO so I can set the hole position. Now we drill the two 6mm holes. Again, may do the dummy check to make sure I haven't done anything silly with the DRO. No, that all looks good. That's the two holes drilled out to 6mm. And now we move on to countersinking. This is a 12.4mm countersink bit, which is suitable for an M6 countersunk screw. Now I'll just check to make sure I've gone deep enough. Now we do a final check to make sure the countersunks are deep enough. Yep, they look good. Screws a little bit tight in the hole, but with any luck we'll get away with it. I've made the second plate. That was exactly the same process, just the holes were tapped rather than countersunk. Now let's see if they go together. You can see they fit together really nicely, even with an M6 screw going into a 6mm hole. And let's do it with the block just to make sure everything is really nice. Now we know the two halves can fit together, we need to drill and ream these two holes for the pivot pins. The holes on the left and right plates need to be exactly in line with each other, so we'll bolt the two plates together and drill those as one. Then the next job is to machine off these corners. We'll start by indicating off the side and end of the parts, and then we can reference the DRO to the corner. We'll start with the centre drill, and we'll just make a light mark to make sure we're right on the coordinates and I haven't done anything stupid. Yep, that looks good. So now we in with the centre drill. Now a quick squirt of cutting fluid and then in with the pilot drill. A spot more cutting oil, and now we're in with a drill that's 1/64 under 1/4 of an inch. Oops, going way too fast. Let's slow that down a bit. Still too fast. That's better. Finally, we go in with the 1/4 inch reamer. I checked the hole with 1/4 inch silver steel rod supplied in the kit. It seemed a bit tight, didn't quite want to go in, and definitely stiff coming out. So I think my 1/4 inch reamer is slightly worn. I'll have to get a new one. For milling angles, I've made this quick Angleset plate. It's simply a piece of gauge plate with some strategically placed holes and 3 silver steel pins. This tool was inspired by a video made by John from John's Workshop. He's got a really good channel and it's well worth taking a look. I'll put a link in the description to the actual video. You simply put the 3 pins in the holes for the angle you want, slide the workpiece in position, then you can put it all in the vise and it's neatly set up right at the right angle for milling. A quick bit of trigonometry showed that I needed to take 221 thou off the corner. So I simply brought down the milling cutter until it just touched the corner and then carried on milling until I've gone down 221 thou. And that completes the milling in super fast time. Now a quick deburr with the diamond file. It's a fine diamond file and it does a really nice job of deburring edges. And if we're really lucky, the machine surface will line up with the scribe marks, and it does. I'm quite happy with that. Here are the 2 finished side plates. The only thing left to do is to drill the holes and mount the mounting block to mount it onto the tool post. I'm going to leave that until I've more or less finished the tool, so make sure I get it in the right place. In the next video I'll be making the 2 half moon shaped pivot blocks. Thanks for watching, see you soon.